Hey everybody, hope all is well. I wanted to go over some weather definitions, some of the definitions for the watches, warnings, and advisories. Right. Sometimes I see people ask the difference between a watch and a warning, or they'll ask about a specific watch or warning. They haven't seen it; they don't not sure what it is. So I want to go over that. There are some that I'm going to skip. That I have skipped here in this information because they they have a specific um, criteria. Their criteria is set differently for depending on what geographical area they're in. So those I'm going to skip. Okay, so first I want to start off with let's go with hazardous weather outlook, all right, which is put out by the National Weather Service. The statement um, kind of gives you like a breakdown, gives you some information on what the weather is going to be like over the next 7 days. Right. Includes different information, some spotter information as well. All right, this is one for fair weather. Okay, gives you the office that issued it, the area that it covers, it's covered by. All right, and in this one, this is for fair weather. Day one tonight, no hazardous weather is expected. Okay, that's what it says, and obviously down at the bottom, the spotter information. In this instance, no activation will be needed. All right, now for stormy weather, looks a little bit different. All right, same thing at the top. Who it's issued by gives you the counties it covers. Okay, and then it tells you what's going on. Okay, slight to moderate risk of storms. Gives you a detail of what's going on. Okay, then it gives you, after day one. Okay, then it gives you day 2 through 7. Okay, it'll tell you what's going on. And then in this example, spotter information, the spotter activation may be needed. Okay, so that's what a hazardous weather outlook looks like, what it is and what it looks like. Okay, now a special weather statement, which I see is quite often, these are issued by the National Weather Service before um, a warning or advisory comes out. Okay, they can be used for different things. Um, Used to alert for different hazards, or what's going on, or to um, clear a certain area from a warning or a watch. Okay, so this is what they look like. Format's pretty much the same. The office is at the top, the county is here, and then the information. Okay, and usually when there's a storm involved, it gives you good information, like this one here at 10:21 p.m. Tracking a thunderstorm, 11 miles southeast of Benedict, moving northeast 15 miles an hour. Gives you pretty good information, pretty good detailed information. It will give you hazards. This instance, it's penny-sized hail. It'll say damaging wind, or whatever, heavy rain, whatever it may be. Okay, give you the locations impacted, and then it's also in this case frequent cloud to ground lightning. Okay, all right, so that is those. Let's go back here. I found this. Another thing I've come across when you're looking at the National Weather Service website for information, you find different pieces of information on different forecast office websites, and sometimes the definitions are different depending on what page you're on. I'm not sure why that is. So as you can see here, a watch, okay, conditions, and this is I think for severe weather like thunderstorm, flooding, whatever. Because here it says conditions are favorable for a severe storm or flooding. The exact timing, location, or occurrence is still uncertain, and watch means to get prepared for hazardous conditions. Okay. So a warning, hazardous weather expected occurring. Warning means to take shelter. So watch is, okay, conditions are favorable, but we're not unsure of the timing or location. Okay. Warning means, it's either happening or it's coming. All right. And then an advisory means weather conditions that cause inconvenience are expected or occurring. An advisory means to use caution. Okay. So not quite as bad as a watch. I mean, it's happening or it's going to be happening, but not as bad as something that would warrant a watch. Okay. So winter weather. All right. Winter storm warning. All right, indicates heavy snow of at least 6 inches in 12 hours, or at least 8 inches in 24 hours is expected. Can also be issued with sleet accumulation will be at least half an inch. Ice storm warning indicates ice accumulation of at least a quarter of an inch is expected. Blizzard warning indicates that blizzard conditions, with low visibility of less than a quarter mile due to falling and or blowing snow, and winds of at least 35 miles an hour are expected for at least 3 hours. All right. Freezing rain advisory indicates that ice accumulation of up to a quarter inch is expected. The winter weather advisory is issued for one or more of the following: snow 3 to 5 inches in 12 hours, sleet accumulation up to a quarter of an inch, or freezing rain in combination with sleet and or snow, or blowing snow. So this I found, at the Lincoln, Illinois, Central Illinois Weather Forecast Office. Okay, and these are their criterias that they use. So it's like I said, each area, geographical area, is a little bit different. Let's look at the wind chill. So, wind chill warning. National Weather Service issues a wind chill warning when dangerously cold wind chill values are expected or occurring. If you're in an area with a wind chill warning, avoid going outside during the coldest parts of the day. If you do go outside, dress in layers, cover exposed skin, and make sure at least one person knows your whereabouts. Update them when you arrive safely at your destination. Okay, and then a watch is when dangerously cold wind chill values are possible. Okay, you see the difference there? Possible versus expected or occurring. Okay, as a warning, adjust your plans to avoid being outside during the coldest parts of the day. Make sure your car is at least half a tank of gas, and update your winter survival kit. Okay, wind chill advisory issued when seasonably cold wind chill values, but not extremely cold values, are expected or occurring. Be sure you and your loved ones dress appropriately and cover exposed skin when venturing outdoors. So here you can see the advisory is be aware, the watch is be prepared, and warning is take action. Okay. So, hard freeze warning. AWS issues a hard freeze warning when temperatures are expected to drop below 28 degrees for an extended period of time, killing most types of commercial crops and residential plants. A freeze warning issued when temperatures are forecast to go below 32 for a long period of time. NWS issues freeze warning, same thing. Temperature threshold kills some types of commercial crops and residential plants. Freeze watch, when there's issued when there's potential for significant, widespread freezing temperatures within the next 24 to 36 hours. In this case, a freeze watch is issued in the autumn until the end of the growing season, and in the spring at the start of the growing season. Frost advisory means areas of frost are expected or occurring, posing a threat to sensitive vegetation. Okay. Then the next one is going to be the fire weather watches. this is something else that's varies by where you are. Okay, but I wanted to include it just briefly. Okay, a fire weather watch is one level below the warning. Okay, fire danger is still high. Okay, a red flag warning, okay, that is issued for weather events which may result in extreme fire behavior that will occur within 24 hours. A fire weather watch is issued when the weather conditions could exist in the next 12 to 72 hours. A red flag warning is the highest alert. During these times, extreme caution is urged by all residents because a simple spark can cause a major wildfire. Okay. The type of weather patterns that can cause a watch or warning include low relative humidity, strong winds, dry fuels, and the possibility of dry lightning strikes, or any combination of the above. Okay. Fog advisory. All right. A dense fog advisory is issued by your local National Weather Service office when widespread dense fog develops. When this happens, visibilities frequently drop to 1/4 of a mile or less. These conditions make travel difficult. Take extra caution when on the road or avoid driving if possible. A freezing fog advisory is issued by your local National Weather Service office when fog develops and surface temperatures are at or below freezing. The tiny liquid droplets in the fog can freeze instantly to any surface, including vehicles and road surfaces. Freezing fog makes driving, boating, flying, and other forms of transportation particularly hazardous. Visibilities are typically at or below 1 mile. All right, let's look at wind. All right, high wind warning. Sustained strong winds with even stronger gusts are happening. Seek shelter. If you're driving, keep both hands on the wheel and slow down. NWS offices issue this product based on local criteria. Okay. High wind watch. It's when sustained strong winds are possible. Secure loose outdoor items and adjust plans as necessary so you're not caught outside. Again, NWS offices issue this product based on local criteria. Wind advisory. Strong winds are occurring, but not so strong as to warrant a high wind warning. Objects that are outdoors should be secured and caution should be taken if driving. All right. It's based on local criteria as well. Dust storm warning. It's issued with visibility of half mile or less due to blowing dust or sand and wind speeds of 30 miles an hour or more. Severe thunderstorm watch. A severe thunderstorm watch is issued when severe thunderstorms are possible in and near the watch area. Winds 58 miles per hour or higher, and or hail 1 inch or larger are possible in a severe thunderstorm. Secure items outdoors that may blow around in high winds. Stay informed and be ready to take action. Severe thunderstorm warning. Severe thunderstorm warning is issued when the severe thunderstorm is happening or is imminent in the warning area. Severe thunderstorms have wind 15 miles per hour higher and or hail 1 inch or larger. Seek shelter inside a sturdy building away from windows. A gale warning. Gale warnings are issued for locations along the water when one or both of the following conditions is expected to begin within 36 hours and is not directly associated with a tropical cyclone. Sustained winds of 34 to 47 knots, which is 39 to 55 miles per hour, or frequent gusts, which is a duration of 2 or more hours between 34 knots and 47 knots. Make sure your vessel is secured in port. Hurricane force wind warning. Hurricane force wind warnings are issued for locations along the water when one or both of the following conditions is expected to begin within 36 hours and not directly associated with a tropical cyclone. Sustained winds of 64 knots or greater or frequent gusts, a duration of 2 or more hours or 64 knots, which is 74 miles per hour or greater. Right, let's see. Extreme wind warning. That's alerted by the National Weather Service for areas that will experience sustained surface winds 115 miles per hour or greater within 1 hour. Okay. Tornadoes. All right. Tornado watch means tornadoes are possible in and near the watch area. Review and discuss your emergency plans, check supplies, and your safe room. Be ready to act quickly if a warning is issued or you suspect a tornado is approaching. Acting early helps save lives. Watches are issued by the Storm Prediction Center for counties where tornadoes may occur. The watch area is typically large, covering numerous counties or even states. All right, a tornado warning means a tornado has been sighted or indicated by weather radar. There is imminent danger to life and property. Move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If in a mobile home, a vehicle, or outdoors, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Warnings are issued by your local forecast office. Warnings typically encompass a much smaller area, around the size of a city or small county, that may be impacted by a tornado, identified by a forecaster on radar or by a trained spotter or law enforcement who is watching the storm. Okay. Flooding. Flash flood warning is issued when a flash flood is imminent or occurring. If you're in a flood-prone area, move immediately to high ground. A flash flood is a sudden, violent flood that can take from minutes to hours to develop. It's even possible to experience a flash flood in areas not immediately receiving rain. Flood warning is issued when the hazardous weather event is imminent or already happening. Flood warning is issued when flood is imminent or occurring. A flood watch is issued when conditions are favorable for a specific hazardous weather event to occur. Flood watch is issued when conditions are favorable for flooding. Does not mean flooding will occur, but it is possible. A flood advisory is issued when a specific weather event is forecast to occur, may become a nuisance. Flood advisory is issued when flooding is not expected to be bad enough to issue a warning. However, it may cause significant inconvenience, and if caution is not exercised, it could lead to a situation that may threaten life and or property. Let's see. Oh yeah, these are other ones I found. 4. What are those? The flash flood watch. When conditions are favorable, does not mean flash flooding is occurring. Let's see. It's kind of the same as the other one. Conditions are favorable does not mean flooding will occur. River flood watch. River flood watch is issued when river flooding is possible at one or more forecast points along a river. The warning is basically it's occurring or imminent at one or more forecast points along the river. That's the big thing to remember. The watch is it's possible. The warning is it's happening or it's going to happen soon. Okay. Heat. Excessive heat warning. Excessive heat warnings issued within 12 hours of the onset of extremely dangerous heat conditions. General rule of thumb for this warning is when the maximum heat index temperature is expected to be 105 degrees or higher for at least 2 days, and nighttime air temperatures will not drop below 75 degrees. However, these criteria vary across the country, especially for areas not used to extreme heat conditions. Again, it's something that just depends on what geographical area you're in. All right, excessive heat watches are issued when conditions are favorable for an excessive heat event in the next 24 to 72 hours. Heat advisory issued within 12 hours the onset of extremely dangerous heat conditions. General rule of thumb is when the maximum heat index temperature is expected to be 100 degrees or higher for at least 2 days, the nighttime air temperature will not drop below 75. Again, the criteria varies on where you are. Excessive heat outlook, issued when the potential exists for an excessive heat event in the next 3 to 7 days. It provides information to those who need considerable lead time to prepare for an event. Okay. And then last but not least, storm surge and hurricanes. All right, let's go with the advisories first. Tropical cyclone public advisory. Let's see, it contains a list of all current coastal watches and warnings associated with an ongoing or potential tropical cyclone, a post-tropical cyclone, or a subtropical cyclone. Also provides the cyclone position, maximum sustained wind, current motion, and description of the hazards associated with the storm. Tropical cyclone track forecast cone. This graphic shows areas under tropical storm and hurricane watches and warnings, the current position of the center of the storm, and its predicted track. Forecast uncertainty is conveyed on the graphic by a cone, which is white and stippled areas, drawn such that the center of the storm will remain within the cone about 60-70% of the time. Remember, the effects of a tropical cyclone can span hundreds of miles. Areas well outside the cone often experience hazards such as tornadoes or inland flooding from heavy rain. All right, the watches. A tropical storm watch. Tropical storm conditions are sustained winds 39 to 73 miles per hour are possible within the specific area within 48 hours. Hurricane watch. Hurricane conditions, which are sustained winds of 74 miles per hour or greater, are possible within your area. Because it may not be safe to prepare for a hurricane, once winds reach tropical storm force, the NHC, which is the National Hurricane Center, issues hurricane watches 48 hours before it anticipates tropical storm force winds. Storm surge watch. There is a possibility of life-threatening inundation from rising water moving inland from the shoreline somewhere within the specified area, generally within 48 hours. Warnings. Okay, tropical storm warning. Tropical storm conditions, 39 to 73 miles per hour expected within your area within 36 hours. Extreme wind warning. Extreme sustained winds of a major hurricane 115 miles per hour or greater, usually associated with the eye wall, are expected to begin within an hour. Take immediate shelter in the interior portion of a well-built structure. Okay, hurricane warning. Hurricane conditions, sustained winds of 74 miles per hour or greater are expected somewhere within the specified area. NHC issues a hurricane warning 36 hours in advance of tropical storm force winds to give you time to complete your preparations. All preparations should be complete. Evacuate immediately if so ordered. Storm surge warning. There's a danger of life-threatening inundation from rising water moving inland from the shoreline somewhere within the specified area, generally within 36 hours. If you're under storm surge warning, check for evacuation orders from your local officials. Okay, so this is all I have for the moment. If you think of any others, let me know. Send me a message. Leave me a comment. If there's one I missed that you want to know more about, let me know. Like I said, there were some that I missed, depending on criteria and stuff like that. But this is all I have for now. Like I said, if you think of anything else, let me know. Send me a message. Leave a comment here on YouTube, or check out my Facebook page. A lot of stuff going on over there as well. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for watching. Please continue to support. Subscribe to my videos. And keep watching for more. Thanks. Have a good day.